Miley Cyrus freaks me out. So I wanted to make a more kid-friendly version of the song where there wasn't licking mallets and a girl gyrating everywhere. So I thought, well, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it in Minecraft. And what's the thing that's kind of annoying like Miley Cyrus? And I thought, why not creepers? Creepers kind of, you know, suck. They blow up everything. So I kind of just took the idea. I was like, let's just make a really cool version of Wrecking Ball, but, you know, cleaning it up and making it Minecraft related, really. So that's kind of how a lot of thought processes go. You go like, that's a really good song. I want to do it, but I don't want to like steal from the source or just, you know, really make it different. I want to make it different. I don't want to have it the same. So it's just kind of like that.
And out of interest, how fast does the turnaround need to be? Obviously, you saw the video.
Okay.
Did the video just come out?
It had just come out. I didn't start working on it until the week after because of just things, but it usually takes, I would say, about a month to 2 months to put out a video if you're working on it extremely hard. Depending on how much and how long the video is, it can go from 1 month to a year. It really, I'm not like the best person to answer this question, but I know from my personal experience, it took about literally I started it for a video, and for Wrecking Mob in general, it took from the start of September to literally Minecon's last second before I presented it and then failed. And that's another story. But it takes a lot of time, and you guys should be really appreciative of cartoon animators, and every show you watch on TV, there is like months and months of preparation, and I found that out the hard way. So it's really, really cool to know how much effort people do and for providing content that you guys enjoy, hopefully.
Can I ask a question? Obviously, you said you picked that Miley Cyrus song because it's always popular, and it takes so long to make these videos. I suppose you've got to be careful which content you pick to parody, because if it's something that doesn't blow up and
it can
become
lose
viral, you could have wasted your time. How do you sort of spot what's going to be a hit and which one to pick on?
Well, that's honestly kind of hard. You obviously don't have the know-how to know for 100% certainty that it's going to do well, and sometimes you have to take that risk, or you're going to have a flop on your hands, a few flops, but once in a while, I mean, you get a good idea, you get a good amount of people working on it, you get a good concept, and Wrecking Mob's at like 12 million views, which completely blows my mind. So, like, it's just really, you have to take a chance, but you can be kind of smart. Like, I mean, Wrecking Mob, or sheesh, I'm flipping them around, but just really, you just kind of have to see how people would react to something, and that's kind of, you just have to like, proof it in a way, make it kind of good, even if it's not relevant to the source material.
Is there a way to making it your own? Because obviously a video
well,
like
yeah, definitely make it your own. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's lots of ways to make it your own. Maybe add in references to like some of your in-jokes, make it about you and not actually about the show. So I see a lot of parodies, and I'm sorry if I'm talking for so long, but I see a lot of parodies, and a lot of them like to take it scene for scene from the actual music video and then put it in Minecraft. And I'm like, you're not really being original there. You're just literally kind of not stealing, but like taking their idea and making it your own, but not in a good way. So definitely trying to make like, I literally, when I started working on the parody, I was like, I don't want one word in my song to be the same as the original song. And with that kind of mindset, you know, you kind of weed out what you might think is kind of different, so.
But you're right, it needs to stand out, because a video like Wrecking Ball, for example, there's going to be a lot of people out there wanting to do their own version of it. Yours needs to stand out, doesn't it? Otherwise,
exactly,
it's
yeah.
just another parody video. Yeah, it's a good way of thinking. Any other questions?
Go on down here on my side. Cool. Oh, what's your name? What's your question?
Laura, and my question is, what sort of program would you use for beginners? So, like, what sort of software would you use? And,
You want to answer that, Dan?
It really depends what you want to get into. I'd say any program is good. Start with anything that you like. Check out YouTube videos to see what seems more suitable to what you're trying to do. At the start, every single program looks a little daunting because there's a lot of complexity involved. But a few good programs involve Maya, Blender. Blender's free, of course, and you can also download various trials of Maya. But 3ds Max, those sort of programs are all pretty much equal. Just depends what you're trying to achieve.
That answer your question? Excellent, good stuff. Any more questions for our guys?
Loads.
Loads, brilliant. I'm going to go to the back actually, because we've had a few right from the front rows. Let's see. Okay, young man, what's your name?
Well,
Will, and what is your question? Who's it for?
it's for all of them. What software do you use?
Well, the Element Animation team uses Cinema 4D mainly for animating our characters and everything in between. But we also use a range of other programs like the Adobe Suite and various Adobe audio recording programs for the vocals. And everyone uses these programs to do individual things within the production cycle.
And then Blue Monkey?
And I know personally that my animator, don't worry, bro, bring it over to you. I know that personally my animator used 3ds Max to animate the mime.
I use Cinema 4D. I haven't really ventured that much into any other 3D program, but it seems like the majority of Minecraft animations are either in Blender or Cinema 4D. And Cinema 4D just seemed like a much friendlier interface than Maya. So that's why I was more lenient to go to Cinema 4D.
And I'll finish that up by saying, definitely Cinema 4D is probably the most prominent Minecraft machinima style thing that you use to animate. The three prominent ones are 3ds Max, Cinema 4D, Blender, and Maya CS4. But Maya, in my opinion, is really complicated, but if you can do it right, it looks really, really amazing. I know for a fact that Captain Sparkle's Buckstrap Buckaroo, or Bootstrap Buckaroo, whatever, I mix them up all the time, those two words. But they use Maya, and honestly, in my opinion, they have some of the best music videos that I have ever seen, inside Minecraft or not. And if you haven't seen them, you should check them out, really. They're pretty good.
Would you say there's no right or wrong answer then? Do you think it's personal preference?
Yeah, it's basically really down to personal preference. It's really depends on how you grasp the program. Because honestly, if you had a pro using Blender and a novice using Maya, the person using Blender is going to look better.
Okay.
Any more questions from the audience? Oh, loads up your way, Darren.
Yeah, here we go. What's your name?
Ben,
Okay, Ben, what's your question?
you know, like mods like Pixelmon, could you like put them into Blender and make animations about them?
Good question.
That's a good one. So the way it works is that there currently isn't I don't think there is a way? Oh.
You can do it. Inside the Pixelmon folders, there are objects which you could use. There isn't rigs. You would have to rig them yourself, but you can take the actual in-game models. But it's very hard. You might as well remodel them yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you can get the models in the game, but you have to be able to rig it, which means like applying the bones and applying like keys and stuff like that everywhere, which is kind of really, it's kind of advanced animation in a way. So what you could do is that, I know for a fact that I'm really bad at rigging, so what I'll do is when I need a rig or something, I'll search online to see if someone's already made a rig for it. For instance, I know a lot of YouTubers, including myself, instead of using the Pixelmon rigs, actually search for Pokemon rigs that have been kind of like blockicized, and there's actually a guy who's done it, so you can literally just download it off the internet, make sure it's a safe site, and then use it for yourself.
Did that answer your question? Great question. This guy's taking over the world. Right. Do we have anybody here? Okay, I'm going to go to the centre.